lovely learners, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about studying, but we've already done 7 study tips. So what are we talking about specifically today? We are talking about study guides. Honestly, I have professors give me study guides way more often than I thought I was going to when I came to college, and everyone does it differently. So this advice might not always transfer perfectly, but the general concept stays. I have been fortunate enough that my professors give me very detailed study guides that really apply to what's going to be on the test. Sometimes they are not that great, and it's like vague stuff or really long, and you're just not really and then it doesn't really correspond. Obviously, this isn't going to be as helpful in that situation, but hopefully you'll kind of know the professor's style and know before the test, or have already taken a test with them, to know how well the study guide matches the exam and how helpful this is going to be. So hopefully this is just going to be a really quick little video. I know that I tend to do overkill, so this may sound like a lot too much to you, and that is fine. This is just what helps me. So getting into it. Like I said, I've been fortunate to have very specific study guides with questions or concepts that I can answer. So I take the study guide and I look at the questions and concepts, and for each section or whatever of it, I go through my notes and my textbook or notes that I took on readings or whatever, and I type the answers to all of the things. And I put as much information as could possibly be about the subject, but I make sure to focus on the really important key things and make sure those are really called out. So we've typed that in with the question and the answer. We've typed all that into a document. For me, it's Word. Okay. Then what I do is I handwrite it. I write the question and the answer, just copying it from the screen. And I just write it right back out. I might use shorthand, but I'm still getting the general idea of what my answer was. Okay, then I study it. I read it and think about it and learn. And after I do that, I go away for a couple minutes, take a shower, get something to eat, work on another assignment. I'm less likely to do that. I don't want to get too muddled, but if it's something easy, yeah, go ahead and do that for just a couple minutes. And then I come back and I once again write down all the questions, but this time I'm writing all the answers from memory. And that is really, and then if there's anything that I can't remember, I know there's something I'm missing or I can't remember, or once I'm done, I go back and check it and make sure I covered everything. If there was something I'm missing, I study that question and answer again, and once again, try to do it from memory then. And then in the morning before the test or whatever, maybe just look over those notes one more time, make sure you have the concepts. I know it sounds like a lot, and it does take longer, but it hits the important. Obviously, I'm not reading studies, but things that I've been told and things that I have observed over the years work for me. I've really tried to implement them all this semester, and it's helping so much because it's engaging repetition, which is important to people studying, and particularly for me. I need a lot of repetition, and I used to just say it out loud a bunch of times. That ends up taking longer, and it's just not as effective. This way I can do it less time. I can't remember the exact number, but it's something like if you write it down, it's worth saying it 10 times out loud, right? And if it's a paragraph this big, it might be worth it to not say it 10 times, but to write it once. And so you've got the repetition in there. And the second thing was actually that handwriting thing. Handwriting things is so important because I've known people who are just type. That's also why I take them on my iPad, so it's still digital, but it's still handwritten. People who just type their notes, you don't absorb it as well. So I've already absorbed it better than other people in the first place, the first time I learned it, because I hand wrote it. And now, once again, handwriting it for the studying, very important. That's why I type it the first time, to make it clean and not a total disaster, and I can rearrange it easily and whatever, but then handwriting it to really solidify it. And I handwrite it twice to really get it into my brain. So that's just a really fast video, but that's really the best way that I've learned. I I'm not going to just pad this video to make it longer. Like this is what works for me, and I don't have specific studies to cite, but I do know that these concepts have scientific backing. So hopefully this is helpful. It's midterm time, so good luck everyone with your midterms, and I will see you next week.